Today cry and I me drew fee me tiosa koso machine me use me tonku. Emfa.
Oh,
what deny?
I'll say oh shed the koso
person me we proposal me emfa me typo errors on kwa na say me shutting it down now.
Yes. Okay, anopem pese ye share blasters kakra. Yeni can share group H, you know. Anopem ma bro so kakra na but before I share group H, you know, ma mempo Luis Suarez the voice, you know. Na mintie we initial comments. Titri power Luis Suarez kasa interview our grantee e ho kakra ne nkoma what the to just say we yintie Suarez.
The first time I don't say apologize about that because I take the handball, the ball, but the Ghana player miss a penalty, not me. Maybe I can say apologize if I take a tackles and take injury the player and take a red card. Maybe I can say apologize. But in this situation, I take a red card. The ref say penalty. It's not my fault because I don't miss the penalty. You see the player miss a penalty. He say he do it the same in this situation. It's not my responsibility to shoot the penalty. And the first time I don't say the apologize about that.
Suarez ni
Luis Suarez wakasa yipa. Wakasa yipa. And I think say it's an order. Say yebema Ghana for ati omo ho ase say on obia any apology.
Luis Suarez.
Yes. They didn't know so pacho. Why are they? At the end of year no can football ho. Okay. Mami nkoni say.
Okay.
Na amam fonti ase. Yemfa ne say in that same game in 2010. Na Uruguay na ekoshe. Na Uruguay e na omo kwahye goal no e na nka John Mensah e prevent sa ball no wetenensa e na Uruguay for na miss penalty no uzusu said nka den pa na ye be okrumu a me sure say by this time kranka ya pay street bi e de ato John Mensah hey yes me boa
okay
me boa na
o
ya jinkwa
ama yen Ghana
ama oman Ghana sana Luis Suarez
Uruguay
yes ntinka Uruguay for by this time mugusu boni din boni upie Uruguay na obodi John Mensah e be the same way no mo be hunu
ntinka wonko Paul mche no munya sa di mo
na bi mo de mo mbonko Luis Suarez no gusu bono boji ni sika di mbone na Ghana for mo bono no has it stopped him from playing? It hasn't. Nti yenja say the only way to shut your critics up is to show up when it matters most. Inti nkrofo a ya ye bol Luis Suarez din ye bol Luis Suarez din ye boni din ye boni din ye boni din no the only way ye be jai ni din bo ene say ene ye Ghana Black Stars no be live up to expectation no mama Uruguay for Kofi. That is the only way to pay them back. Dabi mo omo keka chopa no munjai nipa no ko bisa asa question no say me na me Uruguay for media officer come man answer question no yes. When him say big clubs and big organizations, they say Manchester United. Ronaldo interview okoye. It has never happened. Say United player a ko grantee interview. Na omu communications team member biya enkano. But you see, this is a player who wanted to exit and the club wanted to get rid of him. Tinezo omujano because omunim ni obeka.
Okay.
Inti okoto tugu mu a ene ekofa nsem bae inti no woye organization a de bia wo be won say pressure na ye be kɔ no say won say ya Henry Asante Chumti ho yes
yeah
wo bisa question na Henry fee say question na wo bisa ye no ehun hia omo to adun ya no ana o ma player ni ya no and I'm saying that say me ameti hey and ana me media officer for the Uruguay national team a Kameme Luis Suarez on you question where.
How many nyano?
Dabi.
All right. Eric Alagide there and out saying in Kano. Rita Opoku Mensah on Facebook say seriously Suarez clear Asamajan and I say yedesa sumbono epono. Ko Mensah Pillar 2 was a Black Stars 2 Uruguay 0. Sikam Pedide regards to hardworking vice versa of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Mahmudu Baumia, and also at the Eba. Queen Pretty at the Abase Kudus. Don't disappoint because I believe you have to score. Queen Pretty there or the Eba no. Georgia Sarri the Abase Ghana 2, Uruguay 0. And Retopoku Esane Bako by or the correct score Eba was right. IOT was a correct score 3-2 at the form or said the form 3-2 at the form into Obana Diamano Tibomoden say Ubitra Tete Samuel or see great job and Berlin boy what you say Asana or Seresa Esinya Kwanso Seresa comfortesi dua wasn't up Abna you are too much the love is deep and Amano Theophilus also what a stadium Solar King and so Esre and afi message no send any baby na ya na makan ba ko ntifa me bra Ben e dia ba se on the choose wa body na nkasa yes so my catcher say oh Eric Alagidede si ye ka scouting ye ka coaching onim form enim me see ye coaches no o de ya one me oni mini Paul kan wa asem kire me Karim Zito and I can't watch them chair me not me yada or more. Na me yada ba na nya more sa.
Way back in 2007, 2008. Na Karim Zito and I coach media.
Look at that.
Yes. Me papa no nti chana no pay.
Enti Serikat na say. Na say e be we complete e say me nya the bookmaker Al Hassan Ibrahim Babangida. Ghana hadie say yemfa records yenko book mu enko yimpie ne yenye analysis no ema yebewie ne no bia me no me pacho Al Hassan Ibrahim Babangida baba we are fine
Okumankra Greater Accra regional best commentator for the year consecutive.
Say Ukraine for
and commentary no say obi wa Ghana ha or say Ghana matie no commentary che wo mpeja nsa the whole Ghana.
Alasa Ibrahim Babangida.
Memma de enyina ye nche okotie we kakra.
Okay but a man
the whole Ghana Okumankra the whole Ghana.
Alasa Ibrahim Babangida.
It is awarded. Yes, that award.
Yeah, they awarded as a penalty. As a penalty.
Award
the penalty.
Award will be my message.
Award will be my message. Award, right? But said that award. Why would you not travel so important without the road?
Baba, you better talk over so. And as Boama say, oh, teach me the live power say, more job power. See, more Jumaden, our Hantianes Boama dia or the eba any. And Mamin Kum Kakra Nelson and so the Abase Nana Ajiman Nana Jua and Nelson H made in life or say Omunam Kwanswa Omoko Furudia enti Yenu Nelson so dia what they aba any or anybody kisi ewo Italy was say you are such a versatile presenter. You can fit everywhere. Okay, I mean that say and also there or the airbar and the anopay. Eti ma yanko straight na fe yenim komono na yaku yanim no de aka chire bia no me de eno so ebebro na fe wo hu said ya eno man so esifa etie ehonti Eric now yemra ene game na nkasa so player nanu opra ye Gideon Mensah na me bisa no ho asem se obobi ena me sure say eno be ye asempa Ghana ni bia pese otie base wan bobia ekoba se ni pra no because as it stands now ni motama ye hu say doctors no emphasize statement bia ma mountain but ye adwene papa no na ye adwene ho so ahwese senate wan mobia ensusanso be ne benya o team ne so
well me sure say benya ensusanso bia but me so me independent reporter manya free Qatar HSA the last 2 days Gideon Mensah training here.
Gideon Mensah training
yes,
here.
The last 2 days so training. The man nya one say ebe 3 p.m. no na Gideon Mensah na start or left back. One start here. The only thing I bet me I say Baba Ramano ho. So no obebo because Uruguay for no and shed and ball wing play bebre. The Entiana me scared the last time and I'm Gideon starting the South Korean game here because of the style of play. No South Korea for no ha no mu to America ye pa. But in this Uruguay game, you be a lot of midfield action. It's money in midfield. It is a Thomas Partey and live up to expectation. I'm telling you because Uruguay for no 2 players be Oba Europa. They are 2 of the best midfielders in Untimin 10 in Europe's top 5 leagues. Now Rodrigo Bentancur of Tottenham and Federico Valverde.
Wow.
Bentancur, which the league games are what Boama Tottenham this season. Or no ye play or cover the most distance in any of the Spurs games. I check it. Yes. And Federico Valverde. Carlo Ancelotti say or boss shot no Real Madrid. No any players no mujani. Omujani.
So we training.
You see a piano no to no puma shot na. Players no be on person no obeje because last be obedient no kwaje and Okoye hospital.
Jesus.
Ati say a man a lot of cover. Unipa say a man a lot of cover ne. Say beya onya sada je no say you close them down as quickly as possible. Say beya onya sa space no embo shot ne bebre. It is a Gideon and start here. Any a kwan bia so no baba o ho a obe start.
Gideon and start here. Baba o obe start.
Aye.
Okay, yen Ghana team nankasa ne strength. Ewo say ye bought against Uruguay no. Ye share on pain different coaches now, different players, and Mikai that time na did they count?
Yes,
na did they count? Squad
boy 2010.
Oh boy.
Okay,
apart from okay.
Yeah, Jordan mo ba echire.
But we call Uruguay about 4 or 5 players
Yes, I think say Diego Godin, Luis Suarez, Edison Cavani.
Cavani so.
Yeah, I about 5 of them are still available.
Still part of their team. Regular.
Yes.
Eti yanhwe ni no. Yeni ka hwe omie.
Well, different generation of players. 12 years ago when I saw game no course. So the only surviving member of that team no. I think say Andre and I think say Jordan was around in 2010.
Jordan, I said not Jordan count. Because now no 2 of them pen are World Cup.
Yemfane say Andre is the only surviving member of that team.
Okay.
And thank God say Andre is captain of the team. He understands what went on 12 years ago than any other player in that team. It's a very important say Tambiano Andre best starting games. He brings some kind of leadership to the team. You won't find in Thomas Partey, who is the deputy captain. No, the party on your leader. And I say it on record. You can have your say. You can disagree with me. But I'm telling you that having worked with players over the years, Partey is not a leader. Entina Brofono, Efa captain, they don't necessarily look at why na che team no. Why na buy ache. Magwa ba United abe. Bena coach at that time feel say he has some leadership qualities be obeti media lead team no. And the captain armband man.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes oba United abe. In the absence of Magua, he say new coach by and also Magua born no kra umbobi. Maje captain nama Bruno. In choosing a leader, you must always look at player obeti management, technical team, any on one colleagues no. Atimia bridge the gap between the 3.
Okay.
And I don't think say Partey has that. Andre has that. Utie sene or kasa, utie sene or organize boys no. Utie sene or motivate you more on the field of play.
And we're leading under 20 no. Edia ye be pen.
Or come and cry yet 10 or say ye nim. Say a Debbie Bebasi or Bebo captain number and an papa boy.
Wow.
Until ye the 10 of free in Kuala Brim. Bisobia watna around East Legon. No here Andrea use or Bocos. Around the La Bauleshi area. Obi otna honum biano. Who clearly from age 12 say Andre will one day captain the Ghana national team.
Wow.
Yes. Or no at age 12 for Bobo and Mami Maya or fat camera or move video on that in Futuro Park and also a Bauleshi one. ye video ni games. So clearly he was prepared for this role. Nti enye wanwa say ne otimi lead utie ne kasa the way or kasa the way or tonobo or yin nsem na no ubisa no question you will find a very clever way of answering it. Clearly he was prepared for this. Ghana team ni dey me feel say with such a person in there no me sure say wa kan sem bebre akere boys no.
Okay.
Say 12 years ago na me wo ho we na see ye say ye betimi akọ ye nim. This is the result we need in today's game. Ekwan bia so no ye pew ye mpew ene either win or draw.
For
say
Ghana.
Uruguay ebe share de omo share ye beba fi nti munyina mo pese ye tena competition no mu dia ene ye nkrabia e share yanka say yensem mo ma yen share Uruguay.
Then I say approach you know coach Otuado,
I think say the approach should be the same as how we have approached the last 2 games, except that you conceded 2 goals in the last 3 minutes in the last 2 games. And that is no encouragement.
ni nyina so te say de no see na on say eno ade no so ama me hu say sebe nya Ghana nko a
Until you switch it off, the opponent will punish you. And Uruguay have quality enough to punish us if we switch off. Until in this game, we need to focus for 90 minutes plus additional time added on.
90 minutes
Plus time added on. Whether 10 minutes, whether 8 minutes, 7, 6. Yeah, when they say time added on,
It's
about
maybe 14
10 minutes,
cry, yeah.
14 minutes. Until we need to stay focused for the entire duration of the game. Because the moment I will be switching off Biano, will be in trouble. And they have quality to hurt us, don't forget. Omunshe good here, but the Uruguay team has some quality. And they say you take it ball no to them because they have an aging defense. Diogo Godin mo na mo ayemre.
by a bit me wom
Ye betimi adenti na ye ntimi omo. Ball no be the 9-4 na ebo. Omo nyina 2-2 ya. Say what you say. Rodrigo Bentancur or Tottenham. Patebo Arsenal.
okay
What you say? Salis bo RC Lens. Ye betimi aka say Federico Valverde or Real Madrid. But ye betimi match omo.
player to player say na obobo ya
Obobo sa player to player no. O pese o hwe ne sa na wan ye kura Ghana kura nke nka wo kura because the players no mo nsheda embo top team sa o. But it's much more of teamwork than individual effort.
okay
What you say? Until ye team no collectively ye gidi say these are a group of young men you put two or more together with a good technical team behind them. I'm sure say ebia o make use of Prosper Nateogum because psychologically no I think say something is not right. Say Ube conceded 2 goals in 3 minutes in your first game, 2 goals in 3 minutes in your second game.
Yeah.
It must not repeat
and
itself.
now
into
you
this
go boy
game.
a third game
It must not repeat itself.
okay o prediction Obama me saying
Prediction. Edin, but I said that you consider
your commentary live one with me pa
said that you consider and be careful because it's about Ghana. And I say me catch you be say Japan be surprised.
me na me nim ke I'm telling you
And they said no and Krata say ko yeah even here. And now me catch you be say Spain for ball mo boy there. Enye ball papa bi asa.
go na bantam na ehunhuna nkrofo
But second half na me hu some be catch you be say Japan for no be we game no so emfa.
share
You we no aframe me say Charlie. What
Ube na me feel say na me wachire wonji na ma feel pa
But Okumankra slim margin slim win for Ghana.
Okay.
At least be 2-1.
be 2-1
And ye be she but the way I considering na ma misro say e bia no manya go bi. But
Okay.
e den aye be she.
okay
Me hunu say e be she.
Okay.
And a game win so near me hunu between Andrea you and Mohamed Kudus. We be she go.
obi be shego me da say me de baba nso be ba be hwe numbers no na ya hwe nti no obetumi akobo akire so ho adwuma na ye say you know ye nche kakra nkrasa eti yeguso mpensenpensenmu ena sabre ye mpensenpensenmu na ya hwe se de ti eti Ghana fo nyina kwadwo GH kwadwo enso atenase ene no Dwaso Nsem no GH agonya ne so agonya ne so
agonya ne so
Dwaso Nsem
Dwaso Nsem no
oh agonya ne so
yes Adom FM na oti no
agonya ne so agonya messages e ba me phone so and in fact the way do na power host to show no uti akiri na wo hwe ekwa enema bebre na egu ya nim sese yo
na se wo de mu
na share signal na kojo fojo signal na you also the need boom na chese enema bebre eti Mpensenpensenmu no cowbell our drink cowbell our drink and awake drinking water purified drinking water awake you so kroje onoma no awon sampa ujina na so pa enti na se ekowa kumam unim se yese otoba ko a e diska ne bi kra sanko boa e ma de hwe ye nuanam asabi to de bia be ko hospital na awonhiahia na ne sika kra enso awake e yensu amekanfo e de ama Ghana ni bia GH enkoma ye die na ne Black Stars enkomo ya na Eric ama mehu se your players are so omo as team a ometimi amachi Uruguay.
Yes.
Na me share the last time I see a woman no. Players are omo be from Uruguay, any players omo be from Ghana. And now I think say they depend maybe I be hunu wa ye di anymore.
They depend.
Now show omo di na aye bebre sa no. Enyen suso because you can experience enyen suso so bia o game and they be bonus so.
Well, I think say Uruguay for our players omo be 12 years ago no know so. I think we be 5 or so.
But 5.
Yeah.
Okay, 3.
Omo know so. There be 5. I'm here 5 check.
And what team ni mo?
I'm here 5.
Okay.
Because Godin Bobby.
Diego Godin.
Godin was in the squad. Suarez was in the squad. Cavani was in the squad. And a Musle goalkeeper back on the friend is it Muslera?
But he's on no starting.
But he's part of the squad. Yes. I'm here 5. Total players 5.
Yeah.
And I'm what that squad no more. I'm what this squad.
Okay.
But no. Eh there. Baby now old. Ghana they want yes. Me I think say Ghana your advantage be a Uruguay for no any. And I think say my boss will be that is the youthfulness of our team.
Okay.
Your team here is a very youthful team. And against Uruguay team a aging team. Players in be 36, 35, 35, 33.
The older maybe about 27 and
the oldest player in our team is 32 years, which is the day you.
Yeah.
What I say?
Yeah.
That can you look at Kudus, look at Salisu, look at a friend is saying Tariq Lamptey.
Yeah.
All of them are young players. And anytime games are able, anytime we step up see bono. The youthfulness of our team no a show because they have the energy. They can run at you. My only difficulty, and then I can watch them, and they say, why should we be sitting back?
Okay.
But some of the games, when we sit back, I find it difficult.
Too much.
Yes. I find it difficult to understand.
And mentality from the technical team, and
there's someone here, and they say, we are being called by a German. Germans don't sit back. Germans, they play attacking football. A show club size, Dortmund. Bayern Munich. They don't sit back. They will attack you. And I'm saying that we had a game against Portugal when we decided to sit back. The few times we look dangerous. Anytime we decide to play attacking football, we look dangerous.
Okay.
In this game, we cannot go and be defending.
Hey, but when defending,
say, you have defensive football, and now when we are the Portuguese will punish us, the Uruguay will punish you. And we need a cautious approach to this game. You don't open up too much, but you are not playing a defensive game. Unya ball now, midfield and enya juma more. Yam concentrate, yam a game ni na enya concentrated in the midfield because, in fact, one of your biggest weapon I call tournament your midfield. We have a very good midfield because Salis. A top player in length. They are lying second in the French league.
Yeah.
Or bad game you have seen the performance.
Consistent. League no more.
Yeah. Okay. And even in this tournament, he's an unsung hero in our team. People don't mention his name. The way he's sitting in front of the defense and getting the balls on a party partner no solid. Me, I don't agree with people who are saying say party ball us now no. and you're the same thing about Black Stars. Because Partey to me more or Arsenal or Black Stars. He is not playing in the Arsenal setup. He is playing in a different setup.
And different players, different coaches,
altogether.
different. I mean,
and he's playing according to a certain instructions. Certain instructions are Mano, and you don't expect Partey to play under the instructions are Mano and Mikel Arteta.
Okay,
and there are two different setups, right? So people should not even do that comparison at all.
It is approach in your saying.
Approach in your saying. Don't let us be overly defensive. Young mock back four now a boy against Korea. Amate Salisu, Gideon, Tyrek Lamptey.
Four na watch one. My more 5 Nibia.
Debbie, why should you go and I didn't say Nipano 11, emu 6 air defenders. No, I say emu 4 and yet me say emu 5 in your defenders. 4 emu actually.
Okay.
Then let's park the midfield, solid midfield with Salis and Partey sitting in front of the defense.
Okay.
Start Jordan.
Jordan Shazier.
Yes, start Jordan. This game, you need the experience of Jordan in this game.
Okay.
And you need Kudus to start the game.
Okay.
And then they did to start. What I say? Nafi, Wabo, Inaki Williams. Starting lineup there, they started against Korea. No, to me, he shouldn't change it.
But coach Namaya who say game Biane. The lineup or the
ball, yes.
Because also share the first game like this, even the right back one when you see Tariq,
yes.
But the second game, obey you see Tariq,
yeah.
And the left when you see Gideon or you see Baba, but the second game, obey you see it looks like Baku crowd Jordan. I mean, as a game, Biano or approach or the call.
Me, yeah, by your right one, Tariq and Seidu, so two players, you know. I see all of them as very reliable. And the game, you can decide to start with any of them. Many problem. Seidu or a solid. Tariq a solid.
Okay.
You can decide to use any of them.
Okay.
What you say? But left one here is maintain Gideon.
Left one.
Yeah, only maintain Gideon. No more Salisu and Amati Ewo central defensive pair. No? And one no. Now if you are maintaining midfielders now, one say changes be bar ABR. Once a Kovic back from the bench,
yeah,
a lot of options. When Abia Didabre,
yeah,
now Onwaba,
yeah,
now say size up
Elisha Suo bench,
Elisha Suo, and I make us a options. But
your team over you said that
but you see the reason why Abia is we too many changes, they don't change the winning team.
Okay.
Team now, you had the ball against South Korea. No? It was a very solid team. Intermediate, a coming qua and maintaining that starting lineup. No? Now, you now, because of the age of the Uruguayans, you say some players in a youthful kakra, to say Valverde, to say Bentancur.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you can't 2 midfielders and so on.
I'm a top player.
Eric Amaya says, Uruguay team Nikita 2 top midfielders.
Yes.
I mean, Yentimi and Dari
but these are players I was say Salis Amatemu Timino ball Fifi Honomo. Now you use the speed of Jordan and Kudus in this game. I was say this game Kudus I have more runs. So Kudus have more runs. The advantage we have is that as the minutes ethical Uruguay no, they become frustrated. What I say? You both first half you know munya goal a asema wo mo. You both second half you both 60 minutes go maya a problem wo mo because minutes bia ekobia it goes against them. It goes against them. Enti se Kudus ekita ball no e run from a omotwitwa ba wo yekra ba kokra be red card. They can even get a red card in this game if they don't manage it well. Yes. And one other thing I want to tell our players.
Na fasi form na
and he said, they should play according to their whistle.
Mass and discipline team.
Referees.
Cast in the doors.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Referee frustrate you.
Okay.
It is possible that the referee can frustrate them. Meaning I can that is no. Enti, what ye or Jennifer on Sana Enti, leave it and go. And your next so that you can concentrate. Because your previous goals are conceded, no. And you know, sometimes we lose concentration.
Okay.
We lose concentration now. Opponent, you know, because ultimately 2 games, not 2 games now, boy, you know, what consider 4 goals, meaning a lack of concentration. When you about Husana, goals they share 2 minutes. Near share 2 goals. 3 minutes near share 2 goals. You cannot be a team how person call forward that. Ubit me yes sir. It happened in the Portugal game. It's not happening here. Within 2-3 minutes now much me do.
Okay.
I think say I will say hold on and careful when we're able to concentrate and organize ourselves well. I think the respectable score line here. You bet me they qualify according to the next stage.
Okay, enti nese Benedict Kwadwo Mensa Moshosho Ghana for nyina Kwadwo host ewo Asempa 94.7 FM, the ultimate sports morning show. One and out is on so edinity no. Yeguso epre ekoyenim sima aduanan mienu enapa nonkron ho tiaka sima be se duwotwe na yede dwumadie no esi form anesa Alasa Ibrahim Babangida tenase nemom sere nsoma me se COVID-19 national vaccine campaign fanfare ade ba ko a emperifo Ghana Health Service ene emeko outdoor campum partnership sonko kra enomo ehese World Vision ene Clinton Health Access initiative ene African German Health Association enom de sanse we ebase COVID-19 national vaccination campaign fanfare eti enano pay otimenka ejoda epay 5th December 2022 na baso de nenenpa ewo AMA omo forecourt wo enti free anopa nonkron ebo pemu a kosise no miensa ebeba pemu ene de sadwumedie no ye de ebro na ye be health screening honum afi COVID-19 sensitization enso be koso COVID-19 vaccination ebe koso music performance ebe koso enafe drama ne dwumedi ahodo bebrebe ena no so no ebetimi akoso adwada ebei e ma remfi se obeba esanse unim se utimi ehu se anase ye vaccine wa se unya vaccination na eno so no e ma hu se emmoa bi asebsebe beba widie mo se ye covid da so system ni mo we no ebeko edetia na amaw eno ntia de bia mpanifo gusu se ye nkan cho se COVID-19 national vaccination campaign fanfare no baso adwada epay enti mesrese enyu ho emfa enfrimo jamni twetwo ne game stores akachiro se December bosom ne eba na wie ya on pese enoma eho nyina no ye get rid of it yes ye no mani nyina e de frontier nei ya tete so pa 25% up to 60% off and ya te e de free no man so including laptops any accessories outdoor any sports equipment any health sebia gym on nyama na de bebrebe me pacho ko na kopie mo game stores na onu enkodi sansa wo so ne sanse atete so bebrebe a eno so ebetime aboa na onso wahu sedia eno man so esifa etie the bookmaker na atenase no enti simabe edumienu a edunuma ede yanimi yebesa kom kakra Nafe Al-Hassan Ibrahim Babangida sa calculations no any home komo any team nankasa he is the bookmaker baba mami samu achibiem
ya kobi
bibi fine
alhamdulillah
eya kan kemuni sam si na babai
ti free and to bonko
no baby ti free and to bonko
we say Cape Coast we di Cape Coast ho agro
in fact in free man to nankasa me
wa kota krade a wo mpa krade aduane wo mpeta krade aduane gisi edu Cape Coast
ye do ogwai
kakra as ya to so edu tadi
Alasa Ibrahim Babangida on match day
exactly the match awaited day ana ene eda metumi aka say every Ghanaian atwen since the FIFA World Cup draw no stage no was Zurich in Switzerland say Ghana nia 2010 na yenwo no kra betia bakosem bi say had it not been Uruguay player bi efenu Luis Alberto Suarez anka ene ye ka Ghana nso anka one of the teams anka beka say about the semi-final or the only African country akwanya the benefit of the semi-final and it goes on to solidify nkofo bi stance say senka Ghana kra ko semi-final na nkofo akwache World Cup no am unte say nkofo
match
but ene me she Ghana fo nyina bose adwobre o yenka yakomanto yeyem yemfa nto yetiri mu say it is a football game and ayeko And in football, 3 things are expected: win, lose, or draw.
Okay.
But in our case, we pray that the L factor doesn't come in our case at all. Either we win or draw, and we are good to go. Because yes.
Draw no. Esa the calculation bow.
Calculation be calculation be anyhow.
You draw ya qualify.
Draw ya qualify.
Oh yeah, the bookmaker.
As it stands today, Ghana. It was 3 points. No,
and Portugal 6.
Portugal they were qualifier we. In the group, Obia no bet 6 points aka Portugal. Because Uruguay in the first game or draw or lose in the second game or 1 point. Into or win on to me 6.
Okay, Obenya 4.
So it means that the only team obetimi a possibility say obetimi 6 Ghana. That is when or winning against Portugal obetimi 6. But in that even score, Portugal have goals and head to head against Ghana into a top group no.
Okay.
So should say Korea and so kwasha e wom so be 4. But Korea 4 no be no. As it stands today, Korea are minus of 1 goal. And Ose Portugal 1-0 or 0. Ose Portugal 2 or +1. Afe no ne Ghana bepe. And that is where I said this Ose Portugal 3 answer +2. So Korea scoring 3 unanswered goals against Portugal is merely impossible.
Baba.
Oh yes.
Oh, what can we say?
1. Portugal will come in with pride. That is one thing. 2. The fact that we qualify area no or sign after the possibility of a next opponent. Because we qualify, but we qualify this second. It is Spain this second. The group now we your top that group.
Yeah.
So relatively your top group no will give you a stiffer opposition than probably the runner up. So and also it's a battle. Portugal be here anymore say Ghana about 6 yo. That's a Ghana shebe Uruguay 3-0. Then Ghana will come and top the group. So Portugal, out of pride, will also at least amass a draw in the Korean game. No, cause 7, no top in the group. Now on the former colony Brazil and Tamatete.
Okay.
So it is a factor. But Adia Bakua Kobi, not misro Uruguay ahead of the World Cup and say Adribia golden generation be end no. They look for success to climax their end. Into Zambia,
Uruguay team.
Yes.
Okay.
So in football and kasa in its entirety.
Okay.
So the aged players and players are any and I say climax as a golden generation. But yeah, our dear Sronko, say Uruguay team. This generation took them to a semi-finals. And watching after 2010, we call semi-final. This same generation went on to win Copa America 2011. This same generation went on to go to finals again in the Copa America. So uko Uruguay, they just have 3.4 million population. But they see this group of players as a golden generation led by their former coach Oscar Tabarez. And after the exit of Tabarez, we hand the team to a former player, Diego Alonso. A very magnificent qualifiers. Prior to the World Cup, now Uruguay about 10 matches, we winning 7, I draw 2, I lose just 1 to Iran. So it tells you they had a form. And said the golden generation be a tournament. They feel say tournament me last and make a remarkable stance in the competition. And me throw the Uruguay side, because when you take their players, offer Sebastian Sosa 36, Fernando Muslera 36. Luis Suarez 35, Diego Godin 36, Matias Vecini 31, Sebastian Cortes 32, Edison Cavani 35, Martin Cazares 35. So Federico Valverde 24 and Rodrigo Bentancur are also 25. These are the youngsters waiting.
You are the
yes. So this golden generation, they should have ended on a good note.
You are the bookmaker.
Yes, Greater Accra regional best commentator. I believe say come here bless Amabuboy. Yes, why not in the next 4 years, Cazares will be 39. In the next 4 years, Yababa World Cup, Cavani will be 39. In the next 4 years, Sebastian Cortes was 36. In the next 4 years, Diego Godin was 40. You and I, and himself, by previous to logic in football, and this is the time and then come make a mark. But against Korea in 90 minutes, they couldn't score a goal. Against Portugal in 90 minutes, not only could they not score a goal, but they conceded miserably 2 unanswered goals. So Amawomu Ababe, the weakest world champion in the entire World Cup history of 2022, says Spain Eba as world champion, former champion, Obaye, the first match, Oshe 7 goals. England Eba as former world champion, the first match, Oshe 6 goals. Argentina Eba as former world champion, the first match Olusuye, but ene will book the ticket to qualification, so will nullify that disaster. Obiti say Germany, even though as world champion were free in the group stage, but all come with pride with 4 points because they drew against Spain and then won 4-2 against Costa Rica.
Okay.
So what to me, I say 5 goals in 2 matches. But as it stands today, of all the world champions about World Cup, Uruguay on to me say even a disallowed goal. And then Obeshia Ghana. And Niema Abe problem. How are your players lose concentration and focus? And in the space of few minutes, near concede goals.
Yeah.
That has been the problem.
Okay.
It is Obia Koshe in Ghana. Obia Musenwa. That person is not far from right. Because obviously, we had the World Cup, a boy in our history. Let me say, you consider reckless goals. You consider goals that should have been negotiable. You consider goals. What can I say? Now, they compare the performance and the bar of acceptable performance. The pedigree Ghana kuta in the World Cup. Not just say Ababe Adiebia acquire Bwashibidi Yadom. So, and Yamiwa Sem Kofo Etimi Ekandia Omope said this is not a team, a status, a befete Ghana. Because how do you score 2 goals in opening 45 minutes?
Nothing.
Now opponent na kwa dressing room ako correct no ultimate the 3 minutes abetiti 2 goals but this is our case Ghana
Spain
yes I agree with you and the opposition of Spain share was also a factor. The Japanese they demonstrated that against Germany in their opening game, so they came to the competition with the tenacity of purpose, and no wonder they are on top of the table. Against Germany was saying 2-1 to Odiye Spain and then so what you say? But Korea the end of the year against Uruguay went to and demonstrated, so why us? That is the question. And prior to the Korea game, yes, you suffered that feat after seeing your equalizer. You celebrated just 3 minutes loss of concentration before we realize we have conceded 2 goals from Lera and then Yahoo fellas. Now, what's the offside the crown will be play for? So, the manner at which you conceded goals now Okumankra, that is where it raises a lot of questions about the technical proficiency of our coaches. It raises questions about say Otoado is he the man for the job? Because Kobe, Uruguay are conceded goals there, but they have not considered as reckless goals as we have. To say who shares the goal Uruguay or consider against Portugal? Ninginano, Eyesenke, Kota, and Kabenya Sem Kakraka. Look at how Ronaldo confused goalkeeper now. Eventually, Bruno cross on Ekotopo. And the second was a penalty, which no other team can avoid. You understand? So the manner at which Portugal Uruguay considered that 2 goals in their last 2 matches, and yet that as questionable and as reckless as the way a manner Ghana was 5 goals, I consider 5 goals. So Kobe, all the tutumwa Opelebe catcher is impervious to logic. But anyway, Ghanaian players should not run away from history. History states is that Uruguay playing their 3rd group game against an African opposition have never won. And in 2002, on the Senegal bought 3-3 went to me and Sheno. In open play 120 minutes against Ghana in South Africa 2010. And I'm going to focus at 2010 Uruguay share. We lost on penalties. In open play for 120 minutes, Muntari scored 1, Diego Forlan scored 1. So Extra will say their last 2 meetings against an African opposition at the World Cup has either ended in draw or in favor of the African side. So this is a motivation. I was here they go into the game. And Okumankra, particularly when their World Cup campaign also I appreciate in Troafroye. Uncle ye, mom. said you say as the end of a golden generation. Now was a Cassandre they along with Portugal. I see the qualification that. Look at the Portuguese. They see that their players, some of them are aged, and probability some woman sign any this platform BMA high. Somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo at 37, obviously, I don't think at 41 he will have the opportunity to be at the World Cup. We should be to say Bernardo Silva, we should be to say Bruno Fernandes. In the next 4 years, now on team extraordinary, it means this will be his last World Cup. So we share that vigor, that vim, that ecstasy. We read the competition more. No wonder in their opening 2 matches were qualifier, and Portugal became one of the first 3 countries to qualify. That is Brazil, France, and Portugal. And no standard beer. At least what we achieve a remarkable landmark, and that is the symbol of a golden generation. Now, back competition. Sebastian Sosa at 36, Seba, Fernando Muslera at 36, Luis Suarez at 35, Diego Godin at 36, Sebastian Cortes at 32, Martin Caceres and Cavani 35. Now, say in your opening 2 matches, Untiminya a winner. Now, say a Ghana soon or be this winner. Oh, come on, cry. My prediction said the Amakano. Uruguay admitted a tactical failure and a tactical bankruptcy, and they are reverting to psychological mind warfare. Luis Suarez, I bet you said Ghana. Even bringing Suarez to the press conference and they are coming to infuriate Ghanaians. Yes. So media I believe that Ghana should go into the game playing 90 minutes of our own soccer. We should respect the Uruguayans as former world champions, but we shouldn't fear them. Play our game. Your defense, and look so resilient that in the course of 90 minutes we don't concede goal. Either we score or we don't score. It's not a matter. The most important thing is we shouldn't concede a goal and net in the game. And Ghana is through to round of 16.
Medasi Baba, Medasi pa no pay. Mama Meniaso invite him the mama short notice, but why are there? Yamin Shrow. Tiakui.
Not me, Okumankra. Na on fast, that my commentary or Ghana. Someone selling him on Yam. Say, my bonnet and my papa commentator. And money in our papa. And money in our papa. Yes. And money in our papa. Okumankra. There's a memory of match. Memory of BTA and a BTA.
Babangida Al-Hassan and Otere Kano that's say Omashui etime ayesronko Aisha Aropay and Asheka Sian confirm wati and Iowa Kwesi 05 Mr. Mafo Superman super top guy medasipa enafe eye Urakweju Fojuo on Sunday more dinner enko enfamao on the lead producer for this show, and they want it down on who said they be anopay a see a corny say ayakoni say metina mo de ma kwasia sempa ene Chief Jerry Forson when you too baby am obi a say enye easy kwasi ene Jerry fantastic morning enko and Jerry no friend Jerry K. Many normal message on my phone, so still messaging to Jerry K. And I feel DJ Awana, the top guy. In fact, Maya Jumadin pa nano pay the Amaye ewo Jumedia yede and also a buy, you know. Mami tuche and from a year Ura Solomon Mati Oyarifa Nes Solomat Enterprise Penny Pa Ura Solomon Mati and I pay me to check a see Edimau Farmers Day no. Me ma say nyamenka ho omo ahoden sonko ena fe oma chese bibia nso enye kama chema metonka na che but ma mintu che kase mfama ena fe Mr. Philip Dankwa St. Philip Enterprise St. Philip Enterprise penny pa oda no okowa manta de ni won kam do beko but mema de ye nya obi anya ne so ne de was St. Philip Enterprise. And the chairman, and I pay me to check them out, and I was 05 say, on also 8 year Cassia pa ɔse Farmers Day nchia kese enkonfama Aisha nso se emema de ni hokura na ochiao enti ema de ni hokura ochiao esan so behye emema de ni bi ɔse nketo bu o a obetimi ahye anapa dwumedie eba wakwem Mpensenpensenmu maka wasem cowbell ɔse our milk na se milk papa yenkwara birimu nyina no eno ana ye yusu ene nkura ne gusu a omo eyusu our milk cowbell and afi awake drinking water omo ene boaya yede Mpensenpensenmu no yede ebrewo enti sabre de changing over emu adere na se OPD akwata de dane ho yana blasters no ene de ense the moment kwana me yatum but still I want ho vema mvogo 7 day na kwa kawe na media na kwa kabe bibra
oza
ba space na
friend
no space na fe
bitu chemo
space na fe pa
say your friend na or the beba say your friend na
oh of course
was a right friend na
oh yeah friend na